Welcome to our YouTube channel, where we dive deep into fascinating historical topics. Today, we have an intriguing subject to explore: the Mughals, debunking notions of greatness and secularity. The Mughal Empire is often celebrated as a golden era in Indian history, but it's crucial to critically examine the historical facts and events that challenge these perceptions. So, let's embark on this journey together and uncover the truth behind the Mughal Empire. The Mughal Empire spanned across the Indian subcontinent, capturing the imaginations of many with its grandeur. However, greatness is more than just territorial expansion. The Mughal administration was plagued with corruption, mismanagement, and excessive taxation that burdened the common people. These flaws highlight the lack of administrative efficiency within the empire. Let's look these allegations closely. 1. Corruption. The Mughal Empire had a complex administrative system with various officials and bureaucrats. However, this system was susceptible to widespread corruption. Many officials at different levels of the administration abused their positions for personal gain. They engaged in bribery, embezzlement, and nepotism, leading to the misappropriation of funds that were meant for the welfare of the empire and its subjects. 2. Mismanagement. Despite being a powerful empire, the Mughals struggled with administrative inefficiencies. The vastness of the empire posed challenges in terms of effective governance. Communication and coordination between the central authority and regional administrators were often weak, leading to delays in decision-making and implementation of policies. This mismanagement resulted in a lack of proper resource allocation and hindered the efficient functioning of the empire. 3. Excessive taxation. The Mughal Empire heavily relied on revenue collection to sustain its grandeur and military ambitions. However, the tax burden fell disproportionately on the common people. The peasants, artisans, and traders, who formed the backbone of the economy, faced exorbitant taxes that drained their resources and left them impoverished. The excessive taxation contributed to socio-economic disparities and hindered the economic growth of the empire. 4. Inefficient land revenue system. The Mughals implemented a system of land revenue collection known as the zabt system. Under this system, revenue was collected from the cultivators based on fixed rates. However, the assessment of land and determination of tax rates were often arbitrary and unfair. Inefficient land surveys, improper record-keeping, and corruption within the revenue administration led to widespread exploitation of the farmers and further burdened the common people. 5. Economic exploitation by the elite. The Mughal emperors and the nobility accumulated immense wealth through various means, including land grants, taxes, and tributes. This concentration of wealth among the elite further widened the gap between the rich and the poor. The common people were left struggling to make ends meet while the privileged class enjoyed luxurious lifestyles and extravagant expenditures on palaces, gardens, and courtly indulgences. These arguments provide evidence to support the claim that corruption, mismanagement, and excessive taxation were prevalent in the Mughal administration, burdening the common people and indicating a lack of administrative efficiency within the empire. Now let's discuss the notion of Mughal secularity. Aurangzeb, one of the most prominent Mughal emperors, ordered the destruction of several Hindu temples throughout his reign. This deliberate act of demolishing places of worship sends a clear message of religious intolerance and disrespect towards the Hindu community. The destruction of temples, such as the Kashi Vishwanath Temple in Varanasi and the Somnath Temple in Gujarat, underscores Aurangzeb's disregard for the religious beliefs and practices of non-Muslims. Aurangzeb also reintroduced the jizya tax, a discriminatory tax imposed exclusively on non-Muslims. This tax was levied on non-Muslims as a sign of their subjugation and inferior status. It created a financial burden specifically for non-Muslims, reinforcing religious discrimination and inequality under Aurangzeb's rule. Aurangzeb's policies extended beyond non-Muslims to include the persecution of non-Sunni Muslims as well. He targeted Shia Muslims and persecuted them for their religious beliefs. The forced conversion of Shia Muslims, destruction of Shia shrines, and suppression of Shia practices highlight Aurangzeb's intolerance towards different sects within Islam. further contradicting the perception of Mughal religious tolerance. Under Aurangzeb's rule, Hindu festivals and cultural practices were heavily suppressed. Celebrations such as Holi, Diwali, and Navratri were restricted or banned, and Hindu rituals and traditions faced severe restrictions. This suppression aimed to undermine the Hindu faith and assert the dominance of Islam, revealing a clear bias against non-Muslims and a lack of religious tolerance. Aurangzeb favored Muslims over non-Muslims in government appointments and administration. Non-Muslims faced limited opportunities for advancement within the bureaucracy, military, and other positions of power. This discriminatory practice hindered social mobility and reinforced the unequal treatment of non-Muslims, undermining the perception of Mughal religious tolerance. These arguments demonstrate that while Emperor Akbar may be celebrated for his religious tolerance, his successors, particularly Aurangzeb, enacted policies that contradicted this perception. Aurangzeb's destruction of Hindu temples, imposition of the jizya tax, persecution of non-Sunni Muslims, suppression of Hindu festivals, and discriminatory practices in employment and administration all contribute to a different narrative, one of religious intolerance and discrimination within the Mughal Empire. The opulence associated with the Mughals came at a high cost to the common people. Monumental structures like the Taj Mahal were financed through excessive taxation, which burdened the average citizen. The accumulation of wealth by the Mughal emperors further widened the gap between the rich and the poor, exacerbating social inequalities. The Mughal Empire experienced a significant decline in its later years. Internal conflicts, power struggles, and the weakening of central authority led to its fragmentation and eventual downfall. This decline highlights the inherent flaws within the Mughal administration and challenges the notion of its greatness. In conclusion, the Mughal Empire cannot be unequivocally considered great or secular when we examine it through a critical lens. Its administrative inefficiencies, religious intolerance, economic exploitation, and eventual decline provide a more nuanced understanding. By re-evaluating historical narratives, we can gain a comprehensive view of this significant period in Indian history. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the Mughal Empire. History is a dynamic field that evolves as new research and perspectives emerge. We encourage you to continue exploring and engaging in conversations about this topic. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more intriguing historical content. Until next time, keep questioning and discovering the fascinating stories of our past. Thank you for watching.